Welcome to my world, where people are judged based on what they have inside their pockets instead of the vision they possess inside their mindset. Where people are judged based on their outside appearance rather than the richness of their hearts. A world where smart begins in the feet, kutsoka as they say it instead of the mind. A world where people get opportunities based on connection rather than qualification, where corruption is becoming normal operation and nobody cares about its serious repercussions. I mean, in my world, people are always in election mood. Everything is so politicized that every view you try to express depends upon which political party you support. The beautiful concept of African brotherhood, or Ubuntu, is just a dream without any meaning. Brothers are turning against brothers, children against their parents, families turning against families, communities against communities, nations against nations, and now even churches against churches. I mean, what's happening to my world? Even religion is no longer just about belief, but a lethal weapon used by some wicked people to fulfill their own interests. It's in my world where you see a grown man in his 50s taking a 14-year-old girl for a wife. I mean, who then should we consider as role models when the same people we look up to for guidance are the same people destroying the lives of the younger generation? Where then should we go when the same places we used to consider as safe are the same places where such wickedness is endorsed? My world is painful. My world is dangerous. And like in a war zone, every day is just a struggle for survival. Nobody considers or even try to imagine what the future holds. My world is full of ideas, buried within the graveyards. So much potential left unutilized, and we are slowly losing it as many of our young people are perishing to the use of toxic drugs. The life of a young person is filled with depression, anxiety, fear, low self-esteem, and shattered dreams. Many are choosing to hide their sorrows behind a bottle of alcohol, just to feel important, but yet this is more like signing your own death warrant. I wish my world can change. I wish it judges less, and every individual, whether poor or rich, whether light-skinned or dark-skinned, or whether from political party A or political party B, whether from Christian or Muslims, is awarded an opportunity to make a change and express themselves. How I wish that in my world, the duty to fight social injustice is in the hands of every individual, where the voice of the girl child and that of the boy child is listened to, and everyone makes a collective effort to protect their rights. It is my wish that all differences, be it political, social, gender, cultural, or religious, are put aside and national development is made a priority. Maybe then my world can be a better place, where people don't have to suffer from hunger and all sorts of violence, but rather enjoy the benefits of being human.
This is my world, it is our world. We gotta make it better for you and me. It takes a bit of love that comes from within to help one another in great times of need. I believe, yes I believe in humanity. I believe in humanity.
Look, in life, you should not always be self-centered or to focus on your individualism. I believe the whole concept of creation is centered around love, affection, and compassion. I believe the main reason why we were created as many, why there's something called a family, neighbor, churchmate, or schoolmate, is so that the idea of love can come to light. Of course, many of us believe in minding your own business, but that only makes sense if it's not your own grief. When you find yourself in a dreadful situation, alone with no one to turn to, then you will realize that we all need someone to lean on. So sometimes you must take a step to make a change. Every time I look around and I see people with eyes full of tears and greatly in need of comfort, I see people sleeping on an empty stomach every passing day and in need of something to eat. Some spending every night in the streets enduring the cold, the heat, the rain, the wind, and wish they had a roof over their heads. I look around and all I see is an environment where all forms of social injustice are tolerated and the law seems to be failing to take its rightful course. What I hear are voices of young children, orphans, widows, young men and women crying out for recognition, but yet nobody is taking heed of their woes and grievances. It seems everybody is fighting to get to the top by stamping on each other's heads, and once they get to the top, they never stretch their hand to help a brother who is in need of their help, a sister whose hope lies in them, a friend who stood by them in their time of need, or even a mother whose efforts pushed them to that level, and a father whose protection kept themselves to be where they are today. I see all this and I realize we have a bigger task in our hands, a duty to enlighten, a duty to give a hand to those who need it the most, and a responsibility to protect the rights of the oppressed.